Many YouTubers and podcasters inadvertently leave a lot of money on the table because they overlook one simple strategy that could skyrocket their careers. They think they could never write a book. Well, here's the surprising secret that many overlook. They have already written most of that book. They just need to know how to get over the finish line. Not convinced that it's worth the effort? Give me a few minutes and I'll show you why you're wrong. Reason number one, a book opens your material, if you will, up to new audiences. These are people who will have not discovered your YouTube channel or your podcast or your blog. They buy your book, you'll mention that you have these things and they'll check it out. And so not only will you get money from them buying the book, but hopefully they'll listen to some of your other stuff. And now I've already kind of alluded to reason number two, and that is a new revenue stream. You'll get royalties from the book, regardless of whether you use a traditional publisher or you publish it yourself on Amazon, which many YouTubers and podcasters are doing today. So new audience and new revenue stream. What more could you ask for? Well, there is more. Reason number three, a book establishes your credibility and cements your status as a thought leader in your industry like nothing else can. Even though the book will be based on your podcasts or your YouTube videos, on your scripts from them, basically, rehashing some of the same material. In many cases, somehow that book gives you a lot more legitimacy and credibility. This leads us to reason number four. Because of this exposure to the new audience, you'll end up with more views on your existing content, which means that reason number five, you'll get more revenue from this existing content because, as you know, for example, on YouTube, ad revenue is dependent largely on the number of views and how long people watch your video. So if you can get more people, watching, the law of averages is with you and you'll have higher income. So you literally won't have to do anything at all to get that spike in revenue from your existing content. And this will go on for quite some time because books, just like YouTube videos, have a long life. Maybe podcasts not as much, but definitely books and YouTube videos can generate income for years. Okay. Additionally, we're up to reason number six now. A book will lead to you getting more opportunities and different types of opportunities. So, for example, you may be invited to speak at a conference or a seminar. You may even be invited to give a keynote address because, again, you have this book to hold up, and keynote speakers typically command quite high speaking fees, so more revenue. Not only that, sometimes when you have the book, depending upon what the book is and what your expertise is, and you're invited to speak, the organization who's sponsoring you will want to have copies of that book to give out so you can sell them copies of the book and you'll have another revenue stream. You won't sell it at full price. So, for example, if your book was $19.95 and maybe your all-in cost for purchasing it, if you've self-published on Amazon, is $5, you might sell it to them for $10 or $15. Why such a low price? Well, if they're buying 500, 1,000, 2,000 copies, that adds up pretty well. Not only that, in addition to speaking opportunities, you may also get invited to do some consulting for people who need help in whatever your particular area is. Because, again, you've established yourself as a thought leader in industry with that book. Now, shouldn't the videos, the YouTube channel or the podcasting channel do the same thing? In theory, yes, but somehow it doesn't come around. Only reason number seven, you'll learn some new skills. Putting a book together involves a little different skills than you're used to. Putting a book together involves doing certain things that you might not do with a YouTube channel or a podcast. What are they? Well, if you've stayed around this long, it means I've at least half convinced you that a book might be in your future. Click on the link that has appeared on your YouTube screen, and I'll show you what you need to do to turn those scripts into books. Good luck.